Hi everybody, welcome to lesson 10. We're making our way through the semester. You guys are doing great. So what I want you guys to think about when we're going through this week, we're talking about study rigor. And this is really looking at your proposals and looking to see if there's ways for you to look at any barriers or any kind of threats to the rigor of your study. And it's important because when I'm reading a research article and I look to see how rigorous the study is and if they've done a great job with minimizing their threats to validity, then I go, all right, I can really think that these results are likely, right? Versus a study that really has not done that. So we really want to help you focus in on making your proposals more rigorous. So you have some resources that are carrying forward from HSCI 536. So I think you guys took that last year. So it might, be in the back of your mind some of these concepts, but you've got the Cottrell and McKenzie book. Remember, make sure that it's not the full chapter, so only read the part where it says to. The Paula and Beck goes over research design and helps to start you thinking about validity in each of these different types of designs. And then you've got from Dr. Moore a video and a PowerPoint from last year talks about threats to validity, and so hopefully it'll be a reminder for you on the different aspects of the different types of validity. And so this week we're going to focus on internal, external, construct, and statistical conclusion validity. So some of it will probably feel pretty intuitive and fairly straightforward. Going through stats, oh gosh, did you do it last semester? You went through the various tests and you were looking to see what are the assumptions that need to be met in order for your test to be valid. We've been really talking about construct validity. I think you probably talked about it in a previous course, but a few weeks ago we really talked about how you're going to operationalize your concept. And so when you operationalized your concept, now you're going to think about an instrument that will help you to measure that. And you want to have an instrument that will be valid and reliable. So we've really kind of been thinking on those ways. And then, internal and external validity, we've talked a lot about, or you've had it in the past as well. So you do have an assignment this week. We're going to look at these four different types of validity: internal, external, construct, and statistical statistical conclusion validity. Sorry, I lost my thought for a second. So at this point, you're going to go through the directions. You're going to look at your study design, your sampling, how you're going to figure out how to recruit your participants. And then in this assignment, you're really going to look to see what are ways that I can decrease the threats to my validity. What strategies am I going to use, or you're going to use, to help make your study more rigorous? Now realize there is no perfect study, and there's always going to be threats to what you're designing and what you're proposing. But there are things that we can think about on the front end to help us to get rid of some of those threats. So hopefully this won't be too terribly long. Make sure you're using the APA formatting, the professional paper guidelines, references, like the reference page if you're using references, those types of things. So you also have the methods section due also. This is where you're putting it all together. I would recommend that you look at other proposals or dissertations that have gone through the DHS program, just to really help you get an idea of the formatting and what it looks like. Remember that this is future tense that you're talking about in your methods section. It's what you're going to do. Once you've done your dissertation and you've collected all of your data, your methods then become in past tense. So hopefully things are going well. Please make sure you reach out with any questions or concerns. I'm really proud of you guys. I love reading all of your thoughts, and it's been fun to see how y'all have been putting together your studies. So I'm really excited to see where you go from here. So reach out if there's any questions or concerns, and I'll talk to you later.